People, my name is Gerald Okamura. Yes!
I am Douglas Dunning, and I am here today interviewing Gerald Okamura. Hello, Gerald.
Pleasure. It's pleasure.
Now, to start with, Gerald, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this business, so to speak.
For me, it started really from the martial arts training. Way back when the Kung Fu series started, 75, 76, my instructor was asked to go for a party. And he was tied up, he had some other things to do, so he sent me. So that's how I got started in the business. So working with David Carradine in the Kung Fu series was my first TV project. And I think the following year, I did Killer Elite with James Caan.
That was with Sam Peckinpah, wasn't it?
That's right.
What was it like working with Sam Peckinpah?
Sam's very quiet, and I think the production company kind of hampered his hands as far as doing Sam Peckinpah. You know, Sam, you need an R rating.
Right. Extreme violence, yeah.
And Killer Elite was
certainly was tame by comparison.
Was
other work, yeah.
PG rated.
That's right.
I got aboard. I interviewed with some of my weapons, and I got selected. To the point of reading the script, there was an assassination attempt at San Francisco International. So I actually had a cast with a concealed tube in it. But back then, because of the rating, we couldn't use that.
Right.
Working with Sam, working with James Caan, Burt Young, and Sterling Silverphone was the writer. His wife is at the time, Tiana, was also in it, Marco. They had a lot of LA located martial artists that flew up to San Francisco to shoot. And that was my first movie project. And through the years, I've kind of picked up a little bit here, a little bit there. As a kind of like a hobby. The reason I say that is the movie industry wasn't my primary occupation.
We are not an established gang yet. My friend, you should be very cautious. In my opinion, we should try to make friends with all the gangs. The Japanese, the Chinese. Al Capone once said, there is enough money to be made in this business for all of us.
I worked with Brandon Lee. I worked with the sister, Shannon. I never had a chance to meet and work with the father. Yeah. Yes. But back then, they were training in Chinatown. I got invited by another colleague that was training with me. I'm a grandmaster in Sun Hao Kung Fu or Sun Tzu. I was training in Almonte under the tutelage of Jimmy H. Wu. So I got a chance, I got invited to go and meet and work with Ak Wong, Bruce Lee, and some of the others. But for me inside, it's like you don't mix the Chinese and the Japanese. You know the
cultures. Yeah.
Well, you know the story. It's always a competitive thing. It was always a competitive thing between karate and kung fu.
Right.
So I asked the gentleman that invited me, if I'm invited before I go over. And the following Saturday, he didn't reply, so I just took it as a no. So I didn't really get a chance to meet, which is, which was, my loss. So.
I'm unarmed. You gonna shoot me? Or fight me like a man?
You also worked with John Carpenter on a little...
I worked with John
and
Big Trouble in Little China.
Right.
And again, I auditioned as a martial artist. I had a lot of martial art. I design and create some weaponry.
The weaponry, right.
I like the ninjutsu art, so some of it is small, some of it is large. So I went to interview for the part, or one of the parts. Next day I have a call from the coordinator that says, hey, we want to use you in Big Trouble Little China. And so he says, okay, come down to 20th Century Fox and we'll set you up with your weapon. I don't know if you've seen the movie, but the first thing they did was they handed me 2 gold-plated pistols. And that was John Carpenter's idea of my character.
Right.
And the big bullets across my chest. That was another one of his ideas.
His touches,
Yeah.
What was he like as a director to work with?
You know, for me, he seemed to know what he wanted only because he picked out certain people to do certain things. And even for me, being a stunt guy, naturally I wanted to get in on all the fights, and they said, I want 11 guys. So I go up and John would say, Gerald, you're a little bit too noticeable, so step back and we'll get somebody else. So as far as, he's a gentleman. To the point of when he did Escape from LA, they were shooting here one night, sometime after Big Trouble in Little China. I go to visit a set about 2 o'clock in the morning, and there's a man in the dark smoking a cigarette. I walk through the set, and he calls me by name. You know, for me, I didn't feel like I'm a known person. And for John Carpenter to say, hi, Gerald, and I'm looking around like, who is this? I know the voice. And he's, come on over, say hello. And that's the John Carpenter that I know.
How did you meet Emil Sh, and what kind of a director was he?
To get to the beginning of this, a dear friend of mine, Sensei Richard Robago, actually was the person that met Amir first, and then got me involved in it. The good friend passed away last year. Big loss, very big loss for me and for many of his students. And
life goes on.
Yeah. So just getting back to the whole thing, he was the one that actually did a project with Amir prior to Samurai Cop.
Must have been Hollywood Cop. Because that's what he
Probably.
did before that.
Or Maniac Cop with...
No, he didn't do that. No, that was...
Well, I was going to say Robert Zadar was...
I know. That's what he
anyway,
to have him. Yeah.
So I got an interview, and I got the part. And again, I guess we would consider that a B movie. So budget was kind of tight. So we got, you know, for me, I've kind of worked all the different scenarios as far as big projects, small projects.
Yeah.
And I give the independent people much credit in creativity and utilizing.
Do more with less. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they got some smart people.
Yes, they do.
Very smart people. Getting back to Amir now, that was my first time that I met him, I worked with him. I consider, again, he knows what he wants. I didn't get that much interface with him. He almost kind of let us kind of do our thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he would speak up whenever he wanted something special for that particular scene, but outside from that, he kind of let us do our thing. He asked for help.
He didn't like what you were doing.
Some of it, and then the other thing that was I thought was very strong on his part was that he would ask for help.
He would ask for help.
He would ask us for help,
Oh,
meaning
really?
shooting some scenes, maybe some fight scenes or not, that maybe, you know, we had maybe more to contribute.
Right.
So that's kind of how we kind of worked through the project.
Okay. What kind of weaponry did you use on that film? If I recall, there was a small one and a bigger one.
Yes, and most of the weapons that I had on the set, I created, I designed, and I made some. Now, if you're talking about an assassination attempt, you know, it's very easy to get rid of you. Because, you know, all I need to do is slit your side of your neck. You know, one of these things can take you out just like that.
My God, yes, that is.
So this is one of the things.
Sharp.
This is one of the things that is in the film. In fact, if I should just so happen lose one, I have another one. So
Always better than one.
so this is one of the funny things that when Amir was interviewing me, when he asked me the same question that you asked me, I walked up to him and I pulled it out, and he kept on talking to me. And I says, you know, at any time I can get rid of you. And that's probably how I really got the job. You know that?
Did you scare him? Was he scared at all? Okay, now tell us about your interaction with Robert Saddam, the star of the film, and what was he like?
Robert is Robert. I can tell you that right off the bat. He is very confident as an actor. He knows what he wants. Prior to working with him on this project here on Samurai Cop, he did another project with another company that I was also involved with. So I really met Robert prior to Samurai Cop. So I kind of knew a little bit of him, and at the same time, not enough. If you kind of know what I mean. It's like we only conversed on the sets, whether it was this set or this set here. But again, he's very professional. I look up to people that can do the big budget as well as enjoy the smaller budget.
Right.
And the reason I think I already said it, the independent people are very brilliant people. They know how to
They're resourceful.
stretch the dollar and
Exactly.
get what they want
Well, they
from
had to
it.
out of necessity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's, and Robert and I was cordial enough where we kind of fed off each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that made the shooting real easy.
Okay, now, are you aware that there's a cult for this film all these years later? And how do you feel about that?
Well, I was very surprised when I heard from you people, because it's been years that have gone by. When it first came out,
88.
I don't think there was enough distribution
It was poorly
effort
poorly distributed, yes.
effort to kind of get it out to the public.
Mm-hmm. Which theaters, do you remember which theaters and cities did you go to any of the openings?
No, again, like way back when, I don't think they considered my status as, quote, an actor more than a stunt person, martial artist.
Right.
So I didn't feel offended that I wasn't included in any kind of premiere or showing.
Right.
I'm not even sure if, I don't remember hearing,
But they had a premiere.
I don't
But they
remember
kind of
hearing.
just threw it out into the market. They didn't really publicize it much
Yeah,
at all,
because
if I recall
I
correctly.
wasn't involved in any of
I was
the
living here.
premiere showing, and like I said, and don't take this the wrong way, but I didn't feel that I was, quote unquote, an actor, more a martial artist,
Yes.
playing a part of an actor or a character. So
Right. When you shot Samurai Cop, getting back to that, were you aware of the campiness? Were they treating it seriously, or did they know it was a silly idea?
again, it was something that I shot my part playing the character very seriously
I know you
as a
Right.
tough guy.
Right, but did they overall, do you think, considered it a
See,
serious film
my
or a
thing is that
Yeah.
I don't get involved with the rest, because like the rest of the project,
No, no.
only because
No, I'm
at
just
that
saying-
time,
Yeah.
I felt I was just an actor playing my part. I do my job,
Yeah.
I go home.
Right.
The rest of the project as a whole, I kind of left it up to the direction that the director
What
wanted
was
to
your
take.
perception on the set of how they were treating it? Was they were being serious, or did they know that it was hokey?
Back then, not knowing enough of the industry, I felt that this was a serious bad guy kind of movie. Like every bad kind of movie, you need that little release, little
Right.
funny stuff in
Yes.
between. So I felt comfortable with whatever funny stuff they threw in there, not
Right.
thinking it as a whole being on the funny side or on the low key side. I like the character as being the bad guy. I think the bad guy type of character for me is the most enjoyable.
Yeah, but Bob and you were the best performances in the movie. I mean, really. Oh, it's true, absolutely. Yeah.
That I thank you.
Yeah.
You! I want to see you! Anywhere that I am, I want to see you! You! Get your